Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to the Over and Out podcast. Surrey have lost. The unbeaten run has come to an end. The Blaze have beaten them here at the Kia Oval by 17 runs, despite a mighty fine effort from Danny White-Hodge, who made yet another half century. But the tail of the tape, I'm Cameron Ponsonby, by the way. I'm joined by Katya Witney from Wisden. Tail of the tape, Marie Kelly and Georgia Elwys got the Blaze off to a flying start. They were 92 for none before they lost their first wicket. Then in the second half of their innings, they fought back. Only 70 runs were scored to get them to about 169. And 170 seemed about par. But, Katya, what happened to start Surrey's innings?
Well, I'm still trying to work it out, to be honest. Surrey ended up 3 wickets down for just the one run. Kirsty Gordon, 2 and 2 balls. And suddenly everything changed. I mean, we knew there were going to be runs scored on that pitch, but we thought that 170 looked below par, or as you said, slightly par. But those 3 wickets and 3 balls really preceded the result. Danny White-Hodge was amazing. I cannot tell you actually how good Danny White-Hodge was. It wasn't just the runs she scored, but the way she scored them. Just scything over the boundary for 6s and 4s. Absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, she hit one straight into the fielder on the ring. So hard it nearly knocked her over actually. And that was the end of that. Grace Harris played a good cameo but was out, and Surrey couldn't quite get over the line. They kept waiting though. Nearly right to the end of the innings, still a possibility then. Kirsty was holding out for a Surrey win, but not to be.
It's an amazing scorecard to look at Surrey's innings, not from Surrey's perspective, but Bryony Smith batting number 1, duck. Danny White-Hodge, she got 60. Kira Chatley number 3, duck. Paige Schofield, duck. It was a dramatic start to the Surrey run chase, and the match was almost over before it really began. On to the questions. We've given Danny White-Hodge some love already, but player of the day, I suspect I know which direction you're going to go.
Yeah, it has to be Danny White-Hodge. Apologies to Georgia Elwys, who scored one more run, I believe, than Danny White-Hodge. And Elwys really was pivotal in the Blaze winning, because as you said, I highly advise you, if you haven't seen it, to go and look at the Blaze scorecard, because it's something to behold. No player in double figures, apart from Josie Groves, who finished 19 not out, below the 2 openers. But Danny White-Hodge, the power, she's been in such good form in the blast already, but the power she had and the power she put on display throughout that innings was absolutely incredible. It's so different to everyone else who's on the field. That's the difference having one of the best in the world makes. And it was all on her as well. She knew she had to get the majority of those runs, and she got so close to doing it. And as soon as Grace Harris came to the middle, we were both saying on commentary, this is the game right here. And unfortunately, just a couple of overs into that, she just miscued one. It was there to hit, but she hit it straight to the fielder. But she was so good. Highly advise you to go and find highlights of her innings on, I'm sure they'll be on the Surrey YouTube account, to watch that innings, because the shots were just absolutely incredible.
To give you an example of just how dominant White-Hodge was across the innings, when she was dismissed, Surrey on 85, and she had 60 of them. She was scoring all the runs. But what was your moment of the day?
Moment of the day has got to be those 3 wickets that were taken in the first couple of overs, and also you had Cassidy McCarthy bowling absolute hooping swing into Bryony Smith first up. So Kirsty Gordon takes those 2 wickets after that in swing, and then Cassidy McCarthy comes back on and is still hooping the ball around. And it's something we didn't really see in Surrey's innings. It looked really easy for Blaze in the power play, and Georgia Elwys and
Marie Kelly,
name escapes me.
I'm always here for you.
Thank you. Scoring runs for absolutely fun in the power play, but it was completely flipped on its head in the Surrey power play thanks to that movement. And Surrey almost had to try and bash the ball out of shape to try and get the movement out of it. So prodigious was it. So that passage of play in the power play, that's the moment of the match for me.
And something to talk about, we spoke about it on commentary, just the variety of the Blazers' bowling attack. You've got Cassidy McCarthy bowling massive in-swingers. You've got Kirsty Gordon bowling some left-arm spin. Charlie Phillips bowling bouncers at everyone's heads. Catherine Bryce coming right-arm round the wicket, swinging it back in to the right-handers' pads. Kind of how fun was it to watch them in action today?
Really fun, and if you're taking anything away from this game, despite a Surrey loss, as we, always root against, it was just such a fun game to watch. It was like, I said it on commentary, the everything everywhere all at once kind of game. You were very pleased that there was not a single bowler who bowled from the same end in consecutive overs in Surrey's innings. And then when the Blaze came on, there were bowling changes all the time. You had Kirsty Gordon bowling one ball from round the wicket, one ball from over the wicket, then switching back again. And like you said, Charlie Phillips bowling bounces. And with the wicket of Danny White-Hodge, it was really the previous Charlie Phillips over that set it up. She just couldn't get her away, and the next over, looking to hit out, that's when it ended. That's when Danny Hodges' innings ended. So just the sheer variety on display and the real tug of war between these two sides for the initiative in the game, that's why this game was such a brilliant game to watch.
The blast has been so much fun down here at the Kia Oval. Special mention as well to Tash Farron, facing her first ball in almost a year, gets the reverse scoop out, 4 runs. And as Katya said, just so I can say it myself, Surrey, bowling change every over. No one ever bowled consecutive overs. That's crazy. And given how fun it is, we're back in action here tomorrow with the men. Why should people be coming down to watch the blast tomorrow evening? Surrey versus Kent.
Yeah, well, the domestic circus never stops, but it's going to be a lovely warm day here in South London. It's Thursday, work from home Friday. Come down, have a few beers. It should be a great game. Plenty of great players on display. I'm sure we'll have a great time.
Well, Jake, my boss is saying time is up. So that is Oval and out.